Construction Machines 2014. Is it worth a buy? Let's read. Become a boss of a construction company. Demolish old houses. Flatten the ground. Fill foundations with concrete and build new buildings. This is what you do. Sit behind the wheel of different construction machines, from trucks and diggers to huge cranes. Guys. Right guys, the first thing I want you to know is that this costs $6.99. That's right, $6.99. Think what you could do with that. You could, let's say, buy a goldfish. You could buy a goldfish and keep it in your bath. And have hours and hours of fun playing with the goldfish in the bath. Let the cat see it. That would be fun. That would be a great fun. You could do that. You could... What else could you do? You could go to McDonald's and get a Big Mac meal. You could go to a supermarket and buy a nice t-shirt like the one I'm sporting, which says West Virginia $6.99. People say money doesn't go very far these days. Well, they're right, but I know a girl at Newcastle who will do anything for $6.99. Apparently, a friend of mine told me. So there you go, guys. You could have a whole session with Mad Meg for $6.99. You could go to Amazon.com and buy some nice leather bracelets for men and women that make you look young when you're a middle-aged guy in a midlife crisis. They kind of make you look trendy and hip. When I was at my psychiatrist meeting last week, she said, "Mac, you look a bit socialist. You look a little bit socialist. I can just imagine you being a bit of a socialist." She was looking at me leather wristbands, you know. She thought, "Oh yeah, you're a bit of a one-at-one with things." And I could get 10 minutes with my psychiatrist for $6.99. I could get 4 leather wristbands, guys, for men in midlife crisis for $6.99. I could buy a cheap watch off a dodgy guy on the street who's selling it out of a suitcase. I could probably get 2. It wouldn't work by the time I got home, but hey, I could walk into a cafe and buy a cup of tea and just sit down and drink it at my leisure, and probably get a nice little cake to go with it, and just rest my weary body in a nice comfy chair and watch the world go by for $6.99. You could buy a water pistol, guys. You could go into a big toy shop and buy a water pistol. You could buy a cuddly toy and give it to your girlfriend or wife, and she'd probably let you get your leg over if you did that, guys. You could go to a pub, guys, and say, "Pint of lager, mate, and a bag of pork scratchings and some nuts. Thanks." All for $6.99. And sit there in the corner because you've got no friends, because you're a computer gamer, and just sit eating your scratchings, your nuts, and drinking your pint while everybody else looks at you and says, "Look at that loser over there." Alternatively, buy Construction Machines 2014 for $6.99. And then want to kill yourself when you realise that it's the worst game ever, guys. Ever. This game is not fit for purpose. It has, I don't even know what the resolution is, it's so bad. It is so fucking bad. It's a game where the tasks are so fucking boring. Push some bricks into a fucking hole. Pick some bricks up and put them in a fucking lorry. Guys, I can't. Guys, don't. This is punishment. It's not a game. It's not leisure. This is fucking punishment. It's punishment. It's awful, guys. You're a fucking gnome. You're a little gnome. You're a little gnome. You guys like 1.5 feet high. Yeah. Oh yeah. Standing next to a fountain. It's like eye level. The vehicles are clockwork. I mean, have you heard the engine in this? Listen to this engine. So bad that I'm going to tell you a little poem. that my grandma used to tell me when I was a little child. She used to sit me on her knee, bob me up and down to pacify me when I was stressed out as a little kid. You know, when you're about 4 and you cry and you need comforting. And you know, when my grandma and granddad were looking after me, my grandma would just sit me on my knee and she'd say, "Oh Mike, don't worry." She'd say, "I'll sing you your favourite rhyme." And I'd say, "Yes, Grandma, yes." And she'd sit me on my knee and she'd bounce up and down. She'd go, "My Uncle Billy's got a 10-foot willy and he showed it to the woman next door. She thought it was a snake, so she hit it with the rake, and now it's only 2'4". I'd love that. I'd love that. So, there you go, guys. That's pretty much all I want to say on construction machines. I hope you enjoyed this in-depth review. So, Construction Machines 2014, is it worth a buy? I would rather wait till I had diarrhea, run to a construction site, find a porta potty that the workmen use, run in, just shit everywhere, all over the floor, the bowl, the lot, then walk up to the biggest, burliest, psychopathic bricklayer I can find and say, "Oi, fuckface, I've just had a shit in your porta potty and it's gone everywhere and I hope you slip on it, you ugly c***." I'd rather do that than play this game. There you go.